We began our life together more or less in London. We had two beautiful young daughters, Vivian and Shona. We had the perfect family. And then, trouble. Putting it mildly. Twins arrived. Identical twins. And not just identical, they looked identical. And thereby hangs another tale. Now I have an apology, a public apology to make to both my boys, Bartley and Eoin. In my morning duties, I was feeding two of them. And I fed, first of all, I fed Eoin, and then I fed another twin, as I thought. And by this, Bartley was nearly jumping out of his chair. And Eoin was sitting there with a smug smile on his face. Because then I realized I had fed the two, one of them twice, and starved the other one. My apologies, Bartley. Fast forward a few years. At breakfast one morning, Eoin, he's also known as the player. He was started messing at breakfast. So I said to him, Eoin, if you continue this, your face will end up in that bowl of cereal. So he continued. So I sidled around quietly and then gently probed his face right into it. Now, that was not a good thing to do to any child, and I apologize, Eoin. But let me say this. Jenn, if he steps out of line, you know what to do. Now, there's a huge number of people here today, a big number. There's over 100 people here today, and I have a sort of an atlas in my mind of where people have come from. I mean, from Cork. I know there's two people from Douglas, and there's two more from Myrtleville, and there and whatever. So I'd like to move up then, little toots, to Bagnallstown, County Carlow. And there resides my daughter, Shona, and her partner, Ed Dre, and their son, Ethan. More of him anon. Now, if you look at the jar in the center of your table there, you will see a jar, and on each of those jars, there's a different story. Now, this took incredible time, patience, and above all, skill to do what Ed has done today. If you get a chance, examine them carefully. They're beautiful. Thank you, Ed Dre. In the atlas of my mind, I'm moving on to Dublin, and I'd like to say to three friends of his, Pete, Derek, and I'm sorry, I'm getting lost again. And indeed, I'm off my. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. I must look at my little bit of prompting here. Here we are. Pete, Oh, sorry. Pete? No, it's okay. Okay, you hold it. Yeah, much better. Yeah. Special welcome to Pete, Darren, and Gronya. You've been wonderful friends. You've done so much helping out with transporting all the booze and things. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Now, and other people have come from Dublin as well. Now, I'll start moving northwards, if I may, and welcome all those from Belfast, the Donnelly clan, the Donaghy clan. They're all welcome there. From Belfast right up to the cliffs of Donegal, where Brendan and Gronya made a big effort to get here today. And I can't leave the north of Ireland without saying we're sorry that Eileen wasn't able to be with us here today. And sadly we think of, they had a little aunt, they used to call her their Aunt Sheila. She was a little woman. She used to look after them, bring them to school, to take them from school, beat them and looking after them. They loved her very much. In her latter years, she went completely deaf. But she was well able to, she managed to somehow manage to engage in conversation. She had her own way of doing, she had her own way of getting into a conversation. She'd listen to somebody saying something and she'd say, "That's what I'm saying." Somebody would say something, "That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying." And no one knew she was deaf. So that was it. Now we crossed the ocean over to Scotland. And there's quite a lot here from Scotland. We have very happy memories ourselves of living in Scotland. We lived in Edinburgh for 6 months. And during that time, my daughter Shona was born there. So we have a strong affinity with Scotland. And we will now have a stronger affinity with them, of course, once we have the Scottish people part of our family. You're welcome all. Now, I'd like to then move down over the border to a place called Newcastle. There's quite a lot of people here from Newcastle. If any of you don't know where Newcastle is, it's the north of a country now called Brexit. Or Feckit. Now, there are two lovely people who have come from Spain, from Madrid. That's a long way to travel. Welcome. Move on to California now. We have David and Sarah and the star of the show, little 2-year-old Abby. Now, I would like to say we're all very honored that a security has been organized. And those of us who were in this building last night slept peacefully in our beds, knowing that the head of security was on the premises. He is, of course, Master Ethan Dre. He's only 5.5 years old, but he did his job wonderfully. Now, I don't want to leave without saying, I'm being a bit self-indulgent here to say thank you to 3 people came from Toronto, as I know of. 2 of them are from St. Catherine's, just outside Toronto. And I want to say a special thank you and welcome to Sean and Margaret Foley. They are, Sean Foley and I, we were at school together. We were at digs in London together. We've been friends for over 70 years. And that's a long time. Thank you, Sean, for making this journey. I will conclude now by thanking Ed, Jenn, and Eoin for their organization of this entire venue, and not that chose such a beautiful venue, but they had to arrange everything else like transport and accommodation and all that. And they were not living in Ireland. They were doing it all from Newcastle. Well done to both of you. It's been a wonderful day already. It's been a memorable day. What a venue they have chosen. That service today was absolutely beautiful. And it was a joy to be there this afternoon. So we've had a lovely afternoon. We're going to have a better evening. Yeah. And tomorrow, and the day after. Hip, hip, hooray! I think that is all I have to say. Thank you very much.